Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy, coming from beautiful Buffalo Grove, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. I have to tell you, I forgot how beautiful the trees and green could possibly be. You walk through this neighborhood, and it's just a neighborhood like any neighborhood here, and there's little mini lakes. What do you call them? Not streams. I don't know. They're just these little bodies of water surrounded by thick green grass and flowers and trees of every shape and size, and it's so beautiful. Mm, the coffee's not bad either. But here's the thing that blows me away. I was walking with two of my nieces. They're really my cousins, but I'm Auntie Sandy, and they're my nieces, and I adore them. So I was walking with Julie and Erica and one of the dogs yesterday, and I had to stop them and say, "You guys, you don't even get how beautiful it is here where you live." And we all just stopped and looked around, and I don't know why this should get me like to cry, but look around where you are and find the beauty. I mean, it sometimes it takes an outsider to see how beautiful your life is and your surroundings are. Be that outsider now and then. Whew, what a way to start the day, huh? Okay. Yesterday was a day of eating. I'm in Chicago, I mean, for me, first in the importance is family, friends, family, as I hear it referred to. Those family friends that are so close that they're family. Yeah, they're friends and family and like that. So it's the people. I'm here for the people. That's number one. But there is a very large reason I'm here. That's a number two reason, and that is the food. Hello. For me, it's comfort food. It is the total place of comfort food. I'm here for the hot dogs. Now, we do have a Portillo's in California now, so I can get my kosher hot dogs. I can get my fix when I need it. But there's something about just there's a place in the neighborhood called Wiener Take All. The fries, the hot dogs, the soft, squishy buns with all those little seeds that get stuck in your teeth. It's heaven. That's all. Then there's the Lake Superior whitefish. There is no whitefish like Lake Superior whitefish. Any of you who grew up with smoked fish, that's whitefish. It's smoked whitefish. But before you smoke it, when it's so thick and rich and oh, whitefish is just wonderful. I haven't had it yet, but I think maybe tonight, and if not, for sure on Sunday. And the skirt steak. We don't get skirt steak in California. I guess they grind it up into hamburger meat. I don't know. We get flank steak, which is similar, but oh, not taste wise. No, skirt steak. That's the answer. Grew up on skirt steak in here in Illinois. We're barbecuing skirt steak on Monday night, so I know I'm getting skirt steak in the next week. Anyway, yesterday we started out at Walker Brothers, which is like these apple pancakes that are like this big and this crazy big. I did not have that. I had some blueberry pancakes though, and they were wonderful. And bacon and eggs. And it was with 10 family members. So it was just like a party. It was a party. And then, of course, as soon as we got back from breakfast, we decided to discuss what we would have for lunch. So we ran out and I got us some hot dogs for lunch. And as we were eating our hot dogs, we were discussing what we would have for dinner. And interestingly, everybody wanted Mexican, which is kind of a weird thing to have in the middle of the country, but it was actually quite good. Yeah. We had such a lovely, lovely, lovely time. And then came back here. We took my Auntie Lou home. She's the one I came out here to celebrate because she turned 91 this week. Took her back to, she just moved from her big, I mean, really big condo into a little apartment in a retirement community. Can we talk about, she's on the second floor. If you've ever been to an Embassy Suites, you know that they have hotel rooms that go like, I don't know how you would describe it, but they go all the way around kind of in a circle. And in the middle, they have this like gorgeous area that you look down on. And it might, in some places, I stayed in an Embassy Suites recently in the Bay Area of California, and you look down and you can see where people are sitting areas and restaurants and, you know, some plants and things like that. This place where she lives, the whole center of the home where she is like a rainforest. It's, I can't even begin to tell you how beautiful it is. So thick and green. I have no idea what they spend to have somebody take care of that place, but it literally is a rainforest. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Good morning, Indy, from very far away. Good morning, my friends. It's so good to have you here, even when I'm far away. Okay, so what else? So it was an eating day. It'll be another eating day, I'm sure. I mean, it's about the food for me, about family and food. It's a big F word trip. Yeah. Um, Today is peanut butter and chocolate day. I could do without the chocolate, but I do love my peanut butter. And I do understand for a lot of you, the combination of the two is like magic. So today is a day to go be magical with peanut butter and chocolate mixed together. Yeah. But it's also National Vanilla Ice Cream Day. Indy makes ice cream. My guy makes ice cream. And he taught me that French vanilla ice cream is kind of like a custard ice cream. There's eggs in it. And it's really creamy and really good. So I really like French vanilla. I also like old-fashioned vanilla because it seems to have like the real vanilla, the vanilla bean ice cream, you know, where there's like little bits of vanilla in it. Oh, it's also true. Okay, bottom line is I love vanilla ice cream. I love vanilla ice cream. It's kind of like wearing a white dress, you know? You can do so much with it. It's like painting your walls white because you can do so much on the walls. Vanilla ice cream to me is the same way. Plus, I love the smell of vanilla. My life is a vanilla life. What can I tell you? I have no complaints about it, though. I love vanilla. Today is hot enough for you, day? I know back at home, it's really, really hot. Here, it's only going to be, well, I guess it's going to be in the 90s today. But here, it's not about the heat, my friends. It is about the humidity. We were outside yesterday. We went for a walk. It was only like in the 80s. I mean, if I were at home in the desert, I would think it was cold and I'd probably put on a sweater. But the humidity yesterday was like 65%, something like that. The air is so heavy, it makes you feel like you need to lay down. Yeah, a lot of humidity. And it's still beautiful. It's still so beautiful. Yeah, I'm a Midwest lover. It's just so green. It is so green. It is also Gorgeous Grandma Day. Hey, hey. Today is a day to honor your grandma and let her know how gorgeous you are. I am Grandy, Grandma Sandy. It is my day, thank you very much, to be told how gorgeous I am. So bring it, bring it. I'm ready to hear it. I have no problem listening. Gorgeous Grandma Day. And this may apply to you about Gorgeous Grandma Day. It is yada, yada, yada day. So those of you who were Seinfeld fanatics know about yada, yada, yada day. In fact, Yada 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 was actually the name of one of their most famous um, episodes. It was just called Yada Yada Yada. It, it's that phrase when, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, or blah, blah, blah. Another way of saying that is yada, 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 where you don't fill in the blanks. And sometimes not filling in those blanks can get you in a whole lot of trouble. Yeah, when you don't give the details. So today you can either laugh about it or screw somebody else's day up by doing yada, yada, yada and leaving out some important facts. We'll see what happens. It's Monica Lewinsky's birthday. We're going to talk about Monica Lewinsky in a bit when we get to today's word art, because it's like fits together. But I can remember thinking, oh my goodness, that woman is only a couple of years older than my children. I mean, like literally only a couple of years older. What a mess she got herself into. What a mess. But we'll talk about that. It is the anniversary of the death of Sally Ride. Sally Ride was an astronaut with the most perfect name for an astronaut that you could possibly have. Seriously. Seriously, an astronaut named Sally Ride. Ride, Sally, ride. Mustang Sally, right? I mean, I don't know. I just always loved the name Sally Ride. And she died way too early and did a good job while she was alive. So I raise my coffee cup to you. This is my habeas coffee. Isn't that cool? My cousin is, among other things, an attorney, and I guess this is him. And it's habeas coffee, legal grounds, et tu espresso. I think that might be the name of a coffee house, but I'm not sure. Amy Winehouse also died on this day in 2011, not the same day as Sally Ride, the same day, but not the same year. Amy Winehouse, she was like 27 years old and she died of alcohol poisoning. Did she drink herself to death? I don't know. It seems that way. In 1903, Fomoco sold its first car. That's Ford Motor Company. Fomoco, Ford Motor Company. First car, 1903. I bring that up because whenever I think about Chicago, I think about 1954, which I don't remember really well because maybe it was 1956. I would have been about 7. My parents had the Dreamboat. We had the Dreamboat. They bought a new car, and it was a turquoise and white Ford. Not the Fairlane. I don't think the Fairlane had come out yet, with the big back. It was just kind of squatty, but it was turquoise and white, and it was new, and that was our Dreamboat. That's what we called it. We called it the Dreamboat, and we'd go riding off in that car. Do you remember your first car? My first car was not that cool, but it got me from here to there. And I had this Pinto. When I first had my kids and I was on my own, I bought a brand new Pinto. I didn't realize what a scary car that was for, like if it got into an accident, but it served us well. Served us well. Had an orange station wagon, Volvo station wagon. I loved it. I loved it. I don't really care much about cars, I'll be honest with you. I just need to know that when I start it, it goes, and when I turn it off, it stops. And that it gets me where I want to go and doesn't give me trouble. That's it. That's all I really care about. Yep, not a big deal for me. Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna let's see. Do I have anything else I want to tell you about? No. Those were all the daily things that I needed to tell you about. Except how much fun it is to be with my cousins and my aunt and my family. Ugh, love it. I just love it. It's just so happy for me. Anyway, today's word art. Today's word art is on its own is not a big deal because there have been a lot of quotes that are in this vein, I guess. Great successes often blossom from mistakes. That's all I said. Because for me, that's true. A lot of times I've made what appears to be a mistake, left something out, forgotten something, did something wrong, didn't do something I should have done, said something I shouldn't have said, didn't say something I should have said. You know what I'm talking about, right? Or said the wrong thing entirely, or what appeared to be the wrong thing, or did the wrong thing, or didn't do the right thing. And it turned out to be totally in my favor. Yeah. So let's go back to Monica Lewinsky for a minute. Monica Lewinsky made a big mistake. She owned it. She did. She talked about it. She owned it. Um, Monica Lewinsky is now worth millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars. Out of her big mistake, she ended up doing everything from a diet plan to writing songs, being interviewed everywhere, spokespersoning for a million different things because she got her name really well known. I mean, she didn't do it on purpose. And then owned it and used it and became a big success, at least financially. I don't know her personally, so I can't tell you about anything else. Although she did grow up in LA. So I suppose I could have run into her somewhere. I did read more about her, and we did go to a lot of the same places that I would have taken my kids. So who knows? But that's not the point. The point is, she owned her mistakes and she used them to the very best advantage and became very successful over it. Vanessa Williams, that's who I was going to tell you about. Vanessa Williams was the first Miss America who was Black. She was also the first Miss America to give up her title. She made a big mistake when she was younger. She was working for a photographer. She was beautiful, still is beautiful. Was working for a photographer years before she became Miss America. And in between what they were doing, he said he needed someone to do these poses for him. Nobody would ever see them. They were just like, to use his camera, blah, blah. I don't know, some big story. So she did it. She posed in some very compromising positions and without clothes on, but with the assurity that no one was ever going to see them, that they were just, I don't know. Maybe she was ridiculously stupid to believe that to begin with, but for whatever reason, she made a mistake. She agreed to it, and she trusted this guy. And once she became Miss America, he shared these photographs very publicly, very, very publicly. And she ended up having to give up her Miss America title. She was only 21 years old when all that happened, but she owned it. She admitted it. She talked about it. She owned it. And Vanessa Williams became a big success as an actress and as a spokesperson. And I'm sure at the time it was the most humiliating, ridiculously upsetting experience. I mean, to be Miss America and have to give up your crown, big time bad. And then to become this like crazy success. A lot of the greatest experiments that gave us cures for diseases and fabulous inventions came out of somebody mixing ingredients wrong or leaving out an ingredient or putting an extra ingredient in or recipes where you mix the wrong things together or too much of something and it turned out to be like amazing, or if you've ever sewn and you put something in backwards or upside down and it turned out to be, oh my god, this is gorgeous. We all know that sometimes our mistakes become our biggest successes. Learn from them. Enjoy the journey, whether you're being successful at the moment or not. Be true to what you're doing. Own it. Move on. And speaking of moving on, it's time for me to move on. I am here in Buffalo Grove and I'll be in the Chicago area for the rest of the week and the weekend. Won't be back in my beautiful desert until Wednesday. Well, I get back on Tuesday, but Wednesday morning I'll see you there. In the meantime, um, oh, don't miss Sunday. Sunday is going to be a hoot and a half because Stephen, who you're probably used to commenting and seeing his comments when we do morning coffee with Sandy, he's actually going to meet me at a restaurant on Sunday morning, and we're going to have coffee together, and we're going to do morning coffee with Sandy together. And I might have some other surprise guests for you during the week. I don't know. Yeah. I'd like you to meet my family. We'll see if I can get anybody to get up this early. Because so far, I got no takers on this. None. No. No early risers around me. In the meantime, mwah, thank you for joining me from so far away. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow morning right here in Buffalo Grove. Bye-bye.